Next up, at UFC Vegas 91, we have Ivana Petrovic taking on Liang. This is a battle of the grapplers, if you will. Ivana Petrovic, 6-1 overall, 4-1 in her last 5, coming off of a UFC debut loss. She's taking on Liang, 19-7. Of those 19 wins, 17 of them are stoppages. But she is only 2-3 in her last 5, and she is riding a 3-fight losing streak. And this should be an easy fight to break down, but also an impossible one to break down, because Ivana Petrovic should win this fight, right? She's a well-rounded fighter. She stays busy with the striking, mostly looking to grapple, though. She's got solid wrestling, good pressure, good BJJ if she gets you to the ground. She will work you against the cage, drag you to the ground, immediately start working for a submission. She is young in her MMA career, and she did fail her first actual test in her UFC debut, but she had some success. She had 2 takedowns before being completely outstruck. She's taking on Liang. Liang is a wrestler. I'm not even going to attempt to say she is anything else. She's a wrestler. She'll come forward. She'll get takedowns. She will always have some early success with takedowns, and then basically have no idea what to do with it, lose the positions, end up getting finished. That is Liang's career at this point. So I think Liang's going to come out, get some takedowns, look good early, immediately start to fade, maybe get swept. Whatever's going to happen, Ivana Petrovic will pull off the win, because that's exactly what happens in every single Liang fight. It just happened in her last fight against JJ Aldrich. Took her down a couple of times, had some success, and then TKO'd. That's what this is going to look like, but I can't possibly spend minus 500. I can't possibly put down 5-1 odds on somebody who is also winless in the UFC and who will 100% lose the first few minutes of the first round at minimum. What do you think, Jakey boy?
What I do know is this is Liang Na's easiest opponent in the UFC. I mean, there's no question about that. Ariane Carnelossi, she came in as the lock of the week. It almost was the greatest lock of the week of all time. Came in, very first punch she threw, dropped Ariane, had her in all sorts of trouble in the first round, ended up death gassing, trying to get that finish. That happens. Came in against Gomez Juarez. Liang Na's striking is terrible, right? I mean, she is all gas, no breaks. Defensive striking is terrible. But on the ground, I'm telling you right now, she is a fucking problem. Even against JJ, she had JJ in some real issues. And JJ is probably 5 times the fighter that Ivana is. JJ's not great, but she is a very well-rounded fighter, knows what she's doing in all areas, a tough girl. I think she's 5 times the fighter Ivana is. And she had JJ in all sorts of issues. Now, what I don't love about Liang Na is she does go to that headlock, just muscle you, drag you down. She's a big, tall, strong girl for the division, 5'9", 125 pounds. I think she's listed 5'6" here, or 5'5" here, but she's 5'9". Trust me, she's a big girl.
Jesus, another typo? This can't be.
She might be listed at 5'5", but she's definitely 5'9".
Okay. I was going to say,
she's definitely a big girl. But she has those headlock takedowns where you can get your back taken very easily with those. But if she gets it and she gets on the top, she's a fucking problem. And she's very, very aggressive early. I've seen Ivana kind of lose scrambles. And if you're losing scrambles against Liang Na, that's not a good situation. This girl is tenacious. I think there's value here. I would just probably play just the first round for Liang Na. There's no use in playing it after that, because she's probably going to come and get crazy. She can't get knocked out. She has no defensive striking. She can get out grappled as well, but I think she comes in and causes a fucking problem. This is the easiest matchup she's had in the UFC. It's another grappler, and I think she's the better grappler, more aggressive grappler, and I think she's going to find a sub or kind of mount TKO on Ivana. What's
crazy is, odds-wise, that's an absurd pick, meaning that's such a wild underdog, plus 430, or 375. But the reality is, she can win this fight. My pick is for Ivana because Liang Na just gives away these fights. Doesn't even matter what early success she has. She just chooses to lose. And so that's why I'm leading Ivana. But refuse to lose. She refuses to win. But Liang is definitely going to have some early success. Definitely going to get it to the ground. And to your point, she's the better grappler in what's probably a grappling matchup. I just don't trust her durability. You got any action on this?
Oh, I've bet on Liang. There's no doubt about that.
Well, if you want to check out Jacob's bet on this fight, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. You're not just going to get his bets. You'll get his, mine, Artem's, Running Mouth MMAs. You also get the artificial intelligence that's picking fights based solely off historical data, and then the bet system that is being developed around the AI's picks and what that looks like. All of that, plus everything fantasy related, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 for an entire month. $9,400 in DraftKings for Ivana Petrovic. The problem is anybody who has fought Liang Na has put up those numbers. The other problem is $6,800 for Liang Na looks pretty decent if she's going to get some early takedowns and have some success. So you're just going to have to pick your side on that one. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.